Hey, 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 everybody, and Happy New Year. Welcome to the new decade, 2020. It's an amazing place to be. It's a fresh slate, a new start. It's the beginning of something magical. That's how I truly feel about 2020. Something about the number, an even number, a double number, 2020. The idea that 2020 is hindsight, usually it's seen as a negative. Oh, I wish I would have known that. I wish I would have done that then. Looking in the back, hindsight's 2020. Well, 2020 is about your vision. It's about the future. It's about seeing what's ahead of you. And in this case, it's about creating or manifesting everything that you dream of. So I want to wish you all a happy new year. I want to wish you a year full of success and happiness and love and growth, both spiritually and physically. Maybe you're working towards some really powerful goals in your business or your personal life or with your relationships. Whatever it is, I want to wish you tons and tons of success in your endeavors. And today's podcast episode is really cool because I'm going to do a recap on what I've spent the last year working on in my personal life, and that is the bar mitzvah of my oldest son. And we just celebrated that right before the holidays, literally a few days before Christmas. It was a massive undertaking, a huge success, a beautiful moment, lots of memory makings. And there's so many things that I learned from this that I want to share with you because it's going to help you in your business launch. And stick around because I also have a really cool program that I'm offering, and it starts this month, and you definitely want to get in because space is limited. And I want to talk to you about that as well. So happy new year, and let's get started. You're listening to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast.
Welcome to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast. And now your host, Meliss-Ep.
So with any launch, there are lots of little pieces that need to be put together, figured out, planned ahead, and mapped out so that all these pieces come together to create a massively successful launch. And we're talking about your business right now. It's January. In the health and wellness field, this is the hottest time to get people going. Now, if you thought about doing a launch, but you haven't been planning for the last 3 months, you may feel, I'm a little behind. I don't know what to do. Maybe I should launch it because all of the other people in my industry are launching and therefore I need to launch. Listen, guys, if you didn't plan something ahead of time, don't just jump in without having a plan, without having mapped it out just because everyone else is doing it. Number one, you don't need to be like everybody else. It's okay to be unique and authentic and do things differently than the norm. Number two, you don't want to just jump in with no real plan and say, okay, this is going to be a successful launch, because that's not how it works. Success comes from trying different things again and again and again and tweaking them as you go, learning from your mistakes and getting really good at it so that when you're ready to have a massive launch, it's because you've had several steps along the way. You've gone through this journey of trying new things. Maybe you had a small launch here. Maybe you had a launch and nobody opted in. Maybe you had a great launch and you want to figure out how to have an even better launch. Whatever it is, don't just say, oh shit, it's January. I'm in the health and wellness industry. I need to launch something. Let's go. Because you're not going to have success. Now, the good news is that if you have not yet planned something, January doesn't have to be the end-all be-all of launches. I mean, just look at 2019. People were launching things all year round. You can launch something that has massive success at any time of the year. And if you think about it, your entire industry is launching in January. So the market is saturated. That means a few things. Number one, people are going to be buying into a lot of different programs, and there's going to be a lot of competition to get into your program. And number two, if you plan on running Facebook ads are going to be very expensive right now because so many people want to put their stuff in front of the right target audience. And so you're competing in that way as well. It's an auction, right? Facebook is an auction system when you're running your ads. So if only 2 people are running ads, then more people are going to see your ads and it's going to cost you less. But if 20,000 people are running ads, you're going to be a little fish in a big pond and not as many people are going to see your stuff. And every time you want someone to see what you're offering, it's going to cost you more per lead or per click or per anything. So use this as an advantage. One of the best ways to run your business is to take all of those disadvantages and turn it into a positive. So if you have not yet launched something, you have not planned something yet, use that as a positive instead of a negative and say, now's the time for me to actually plan it out, map it out, do it right once and for all, and have a massively successful launch in 2 to 3 months from now, when the market is no longer saturated, when people have already, done their New Year's resolutions and failed at them, and we're ready to get back on track. So back to the bar mitzvah. Those of you that don't know, it's what we do in the Jewish faith. When a girl turns 12, they have a bat mitzvah, and when a boy turns 13, they have a bar mitzvah. So my son had a bar mitzvah, my oldest son, and there was lots of planning involved because I was the party planner. I didn't hire anyone to do the party planning. Sometimes I DJ on the weekends for bar and bat mitzvahs, so I already know this industry really well, and I love being able to use my creativity and put it together into action. To me, planning this bar mitzvah is just like a business launch. So there were lots of different moving pieces. There was the decor, and that's not just one thing, right? That's the table linens, that's actual tables, that's chairs, that's chair covers, that's the colors, that's the theme, all the props for the decor. Our theme was hockey. So we had hockey sticks and jerseys and all of those things. There's a lot of planning in that. And then there's also candy that we throw at the bar mitzvah boy during the service. I had to purchase that candy. That's a little detail, but without that candy, I wasn't able to participate in that traditional thing that we do. There's also invitations. That includes, that one thing, invitations, or that one thing, decor. It's just like in your launch. I need a landing page. Well, that's not just one thing. It's a million things, right? I need invitations. So I need to think of my colors. I need to think of where I'm going to order the invitations from. I need to find a designer to design what I want the invitation to look like. Luckily, I have a beautiful, wonderful team here at Meliss Marketing, and I used our designers here to create the most gorgeous invitation. But then we also needed envelopes that go with it. I needed to create a spreadsheet of all the addresses. I needed to buy stamps. All of that is just invitations. When it comes to your landing page, it's not like, oh, I'm going to pop a landing page up and have a launch and be successful. What is involved in a landing page? Well, you have to have your copy, the words that are written on the page, and you don't just write them and it's done. You write them and you rewrite them, and you split test it and you rewrite it. You also have to have your color, your theme. Where are you going to host this landing page? Is it going to be in WordPress? Is it going to be on ClickFunnels? What are you doing, right? And are there emails attached to it? Of course there's emails attached to it. So they click on this button, and where does it take them? To another landing page that you have to create. There's tech involved as well. So just like planning this bar mitzvah, there may have only been 5 different moving pieces. We had a Thursday thing at the school. We had a Friday night dinner with out-of-town guests. We had a Saturday morning service, which is the actual bar mitzvah. We had a Saturday night party, which is a huge ordeal, and a Sunday morning brunch. There's only 5 things. So if I say, here, plan a bar mitzvah, there's only 5 things, you'd think, oh, easy, no big deal, right? Well, each one of those things has another 1,000 things to do. It was a massive undertaking, and I have to tell you, it was gorgeous. It was perfect. It was amazing. It was everything I dreamed of and more. My son was so happy. He pulled me aside at the party as a teenager at several times and said, thank you so much, Ima, this is beautiful, thank you so much. When I first came into the room, I wasn't sure what to expect. The whole thing was a surprise. He knew the theme and the colors, but that's about it. He didn't know what it would look like, nothing. And he just pulled me aside so many times that night and said, this is everything I wanted. You took this room, which just looked like a basic room, and you massively changed it into something so spectacular, something so spectacular. And he was just so grateful. His gratitude and his happiness and his love, it just seeped out of every pore in his body. And it made me so proud of him and so excited. He did a fantastic job at his ceremony, and it was a really big ordeal. And all of that planning came to that one day. That one day took over a year to plan, and that one day summed it all up. It's like a wedding. You take months and months and months to plan a massive wedding, if that's the way that you go with a massive wedding, right? You get married, and then it's done. The DJ goes home, or the band goes home. The food is eaten. The table linen is returned to the vendor, or in my case, I purchased linen. So I had to go wash the linen, and then I folded it and sold it, and it's done. All of that work, and it's done. And there was so much involved, and transportation for the guests, and booking hotel rooms for out-of-towners, and massive things here. Creating a sign-in book, which that itself took, 20 hours. The montage, I did a 15-minute montage. That took weeks and weeks to collect pictures and then to edit the video. So much is involved. And I want you to think of your launch the same way. Yes, it's one day. We're launching today, right? We have open cart for 7 days. But what does that really mean? There's so much involved. I actually have a whole plan for every launch that we do here at Meliss Marketing for ourselves and also for the clients that we have. And on average, there are 875 moving pieces to a successful launch. That's a lot. And if you're new at launching, or you haven't launched successfully in the past, or you've launched successfully but not as much as you'd have hoped to have done, you probably skipped out on some of these steps. And that's just a basic funnel with for a basic launch, 875 moving pieces. If you go a little bit more high tech or a little more in depth, and you have upsells and downsells and a webinar and all these other things, there are more than 875 moving pieces. So it's a lot. It's something that you shouldn't do alone, especially if you're not an online marketer. If you're in the health and wellness field, you need to focus on your health and wellness and take on the help from others who are in the marketing industry, who are able to help you, tell you what to do, guide you, and tell you, this is what you need to do next, and then this, and then this, and then this, and boom, 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 we've got a launch. The exciting part of this bar mitzvah is the memories that were made, the feeling that we were left with, the whole essence of the experience. My son reached a life milestone, but so did I, being the mother of a bar mitzvah boy. And I reached another milestone along with my other friends who have children the same age. My good friend had a bar mitzvah a couple weeks before me. Another friend had it a couple months before me. And it's just like when you have kids, right? It's like you have kids, then your friend has kids, then your other friend has kids. It's a milestone for me as well. And I want you to think of your launch that way. This is a milestone. This is a time where you can be left with a great feeling, knowing that you're impacting so many people, that you are changing the world, that you are excelling and reaching goals and new heights of things that you didn't know existed before. And that's what I want you to think about for 2020. That's what I want you to think about for your new goals that you're setting for this year. We're in the first quarter of the first month of the new decade. What are you going to do differently? How are you going to make it count? Not waiting till June or August or even next year to make a difference. How are you going to make that difference now? And I want you to think about what type of impact you want to have. What type of growth do you see for yourself this year? And how many people do you want to help? And with that, I want to invite you to my Marketing with Intention 3-month mastermind. It's for health and life coaches and functional medicine doctors so that you can sell out your group programs and fill your seats, make more money, be happier, have a bigger impact, create a community. I'm going to teach you how to sell your group program. So if you've been helping people one-on-one over the past year or so, and you are maxed out, or you're getting to that point where you can't really take on so many more one-on-one clients, this is the time to put all of your eggs here in this basket. No more buying all the courses in the world and maybe watching half of it, or maybe watching this one and maybe doing this lesson and maybe implementing this here. No more of that. This is with me in a group program with other health and life coaches and functional medicine doctors who are ready to see true growth in their business and make true impact with their clients and create that community and having that abundance so you can have perfectly aligned leads. You don't have to be chasing prospects. You could be helping more people with less amount of time so that you have that sense of freedom, which actually frees you up, it frees your mind up. You don't have to be helping 15 people 15 hours a week. You can help 15 people in 1 hour a week. Or maybe it's just 4 people. You want an intimate group setting in 1 hour a week. It saves you time. It gives you that mental clarity so you could be more creative. You could be more resourceful. You can spend more time creating content or reaching out to new contacts and really give your all to this group instead of being spread out so thin that the laundry is piling up, the dirty dishes are in the sink, your spouse is wondering if you started this business to make more money and more time and more freedom, or if you are really a slave to your business. And your clients will get a whole lot more out of it because so much amazing change happens in a group program. And it's not just you and that one person one-on-one. You have other people's perspectives. You can bounce ideas off of each other. You can create more accountability. It's a beautiful thing that happens in a group program. So if you're looking for abundance and leads in 2020, I invite you to join us in my Marketing with Intention program. I want you to visit go.melissmarketing.com/MWI. It's M as in marketing, W as in with, and I as in intention. Marketing with intention. And let's do this with intention. So it's a 3-month program. We'll meet once a week, and it starts January 21st. There's limited seats. Get your seat now at go.melissmarketing.com/MWI. Let's get on a call. Let's talk about where you are in your business. Let's talk about where you want to be in your business, and let's fill in that gap and make it happen. Let's market your group program with intention and just go for it, because I'm going to teach you exactly what it is that you need to do every single month leading up to your launch. None of this messy launch bullshit that I get people on the phone all the time telling me, oh yeah, I launched, nothing really happened. Or, oh yeah, I put money into Facebook ads and I threw it all away. I don't know what I'm doing. No more of that. No more, oh, I launched, but then this didn't work and this didn't work and this didn't work and I got one person in my group. None of that. That's not the point of this. Why are you working so hard to get no return? We're going to do this the right way, starting with step 1 and taking you through all 875 of those steps so you can fill your program, make a bigger impact, have more freedom, and start this year off right. I'm so excited to offer this to you guys, and I can't wait to have a call with you and see where you are in your business and how I can help you reach for the stars. So go to go.melissmarketing.com/MWI, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. If you loved this episode, head over to iTunes to subscribe and leave us a review so we can reach more people and share our content with those that can benefit most.
Thanks for listening to the Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast at www.marketingtipswithmeliss.com.
Oh, wait, before you go, if you think you'd like to work with the Meliss marketing team one-on-one, I invite you to apply for your first class strategy call. This process is just as much an interview for us, seeing if you're a great fit for our agency, as it is for you, seeing if we are your great fit. Unlike other agencies, we only take on clients we know we can help. So if you think you're ready to get support with your content creation, lead magnets, sales funnels, and/or Facebook ads, let our agency help you take your business to the next level. Each month, we open up just a few spaces on our client roster for your opportunity to be able to work with our amazing team. Apply now at go.melissmarketing.com/apply, and we look forward to speaking with you soon.